10 years ago, I set out on a mission to create a collection that would transform the lives of so many like me, desperate for a change from oppressive corporate culture. I longed to create a wardrobe that would be timeless, comfortable and chic, multifunctional yet low maintenance. Along with my mother's voice telling me to dream big, paying homage to my native Jamaica's island culture, and showcasing the gritty beauty of the Bronx were important to me when I launched Terese Sydonna. I believe there is power in natural phenomena. It may be found on the coast at the cusp of a storm, or in the still and quiet heat of a dormant volcano. It is confident and immense, and promises power and grace. This naturally occurring force is at the core of each of us. It is your untapped superpower. This is the essence of the Terese Sydonna brand. I aspire to dress the superhero in you. Our anniversary collection, entitled Birds of Paradise, is inspired by the city of New Orleans, Louisiana, and symbolizes freedom and joy. We've combined floral and geometric prints to take you on a journey to paradise where color explodes and hope is restored. I'm originally from the beautiful island of Jamaica, and ever since I was 7 years old, I've wanted to be a fashion designer, sewing clothes for Barbie and Ken out of my mother's pantyhose. In my mind, Barbie and Ken would be going somewhere fancy, and I would dress them up. I would do the hair, the makeup, and get them ready, and we would have the best time ever. Designing has always been in my blood, but when it was time for me to go to college, I just wasn't sure if that was the path that I wanted to take. You see, I'm from an immigrant family, and the oldest. And if you know that immigrant story, you know that your parents always want you to get a good job, a big job in my case. And that means you either become a lawyer, a doctor, or an engineer. It was an unspoken and spoken expectation that you would do something like that. You would get a job that would make your family proud, and something that could set an example for your younger siblings. I wrestled with that for a bit, and that is what led me to Lafayette College, where I initially studied economics and business. However, my passion couldn't be denied, and eventually, while at Lafayette, I double majored in economics and business and studio art. I started Terese Sydonna in 2011 with just one client, and the business grew from just one person to other women introducing me to their network. And then overnight, what started out as just a custom business grew into a full-on collection. 10 years later, I've gone from selling wholesale to specialty stores in 3 countries, to selling direct-to-consumer at pop-up shops and trunk shows, to now being a fully integrated e-commerce brand. I truly believe that the secret to surviving this industry is to constantly reinvent yourself and to not be scared of taking risks. The longer I am in business, the more I'm seeing that there is just so much more things that I just don't know. And I think that is such a scary thing, where you've been in business for 10 years and you've just scratched the surface. There is so much more to be learned, so much more to do. You want to constantly grow, constantly elevate, and to also look for opportunities that maybe you didn't think of before. After working on Terese Sydonna for the first couple years, it came to a point where I basically had 2 full-time jobs. I was working by day as a designer in the industry and working on Terese Sydonna at night. I had to make a decision about which path I would choose, which option would I pursue. For me, the answer was simple. I chose Terese Sydonna. Here was an opportunity for me to make Terese Sydonna into a real brand, and for me to grow the brand, and really to live my dream of being a fashion designer that I've always wanted since I was a little girl. I still feel like that little girl from Jamaica, growing up in the Bronx with my mother's voice in my ear, always telling me to dream big.